Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Metanoia Esports Charity Cup. Tonight, we are going to be witnessing the winner bracket finals, so technically the semi-finals before the finals. I am your one caster, Toothy, and I am being joined by the lovely Serenity.
Hello, hi everyone, and welcome. We are so glad to be here tonight. It's the winner bracket or upper bracket final, so that's going to be absolutely great to see. It's going to be Ladon versus VG Endeavour, which is going to be quite an interesting one. You know, the two teams that have been pretty much on top of the list for the past couple of weeks, and they battle it out tonight. So, tell me, Tutu, do you have any expectations for this game? Do you have a favorite? Are you on, whose side will you be picking tonight?
I don't have a favorite. I'm really trying to be the impartial caster as much as I possibly can, but what I'm definitely hoping for is a good game. So if I have to take a pick, I'm hoping to see the guys from Ladon take it.
Yeah, look, Ladon has a lot of players over there that we've seen in the past that are, very skilled. Like, we've seen Bullock and Sonic. So it's been quite interesting seeing their skill group just improve as we go. But I mean, we've also seen some really crazy stuff from VGE. Carnage. I think the last time we streamed their game, we were screaming, wall hacks because it was absolutely insane. And
It
Xylem
was
gets on top
insane.
of it was really insane. So a lot of skilled players, in both the teams tonight. So that's definitely going to be an interesting game tonight. From my side, I'm hoping for Ladin as well. So I think we're pretty much going to be staying on the side of Ladin, only because I
Yes.
have favorites in their team, not because
Well,
I think that they deserve to win, but because
we've
I
seen
have
the knives
favorites.
happen already. And Overpass and Train both getting banned out quite quickly there, and Inferno
Yeah,
being picked up.
yeah, Inferno being their first map pick, and yeah, so we're going to be seeing now with the next two bands will be on the map. Any specific map that you would like to be seeing tonight?
Well, I'm still a big fan of casting Vertigo. I have no calls for it at all, but it's such a fun map actually. And so many
I get
queues.
confused with it because I feel like, when you are playing on Vertigo, it's kind of hard to like decipher what's up and what's down. So I think that's the biggest thing for me on Vertigo. But other than that, I don't know any of the calls. I don't know any of the angles. So it would be
Yes.
horrible for me
Well,
to get
Vertigo's
lost
out
in.
if that helps, but we do
Yeah,
see.
Vertigo is at least out. So, but Dust is in, and then I really like Nuke, and I don't understand why players just always ban and veto Nuke out of the map pool. So that's a little bit sucky. But yeah, nonetheless, Nuke is out. Dust will be map number 2, Inferno map number 1,
And
and
Mirage as map number 3.
yeah, and Mirage is going to be map number 3. So we're hoping to go into the third map. I really do like seeing, how people how players and teams are, one moment or one map, they're just terrible. And then the next moment they go over to the next map and it's great. So I'd really like to see that.
No, definitely. As we are getting ready to switch over to the next map, I have brought up the screen there for you guys to take a look at the, the current standings within the championship. So hopefully we will have a good result tonight. I'll try and keep tabs on how the other game is going. I can't promise anything, of course. But who knows? Maybe, just maybe, we do get a good one happening there. So Serenity, we do. I already see we had some people rooting there in the chat for some
Hmm.
Kelly Khans.
Definitely not Gilly Cons, but on the other hand, KP is definitely saying, he's for Ladin, and we see Cunning Stunt and Waldo screaming for VG. So we'd like to see and hear from our spectators tonight to see who
Yeah.
their favorites
Hey, and
are.
we are joined by the mystical Lycan there as well, Mr. Van Dyke. Welcome to the stream. We do
Welcome to
appreciate.
welcome to everybody. So we've swapped over to our next map, and I'm not. I didn't see the sides. Did you? Do you know which and who will be choosing which side?
Well, they are getting ready to go. I don't think they voted it just yet, just yet. So most probably we will see them committing a Subaku just right now, as soon as they have read it up.
So yeah, it looks like they are reading up. Hopefully, VG will be starting on the side of CT and Ladon on the side of. Oh no, it looks like Ladon will be starting on the side of CT and VG will be starting on the side of T.
Well, we don't know
Um,
just yet. No, you never know what these guys like to do. One
yeah,
day it's one thing, the
they
next day it's something else.
so they say. They say women, never know how to make up their mind when they don't know what they want to eat. I feel like it's the same when it comes to video games with men.
Oh, definitely. I can agree to that. It's
So
like,
yeah,
oh, what game are you gonna play? I don't know. Okay. It's like, okay, I'm gonna play Diablo now. What character are you gonna play? I don't know.
yeah. So it's men are basically just really big children. I think.
My
I
wife
don't
will
I don't want
agree.
I don't want to sound sexist or anything, but I definitely do feel that
No, my
yeah,
wife will definitely agree on that one.
big children. I'd rather have a puppy.
Yeah, and no.
Puppies are cute. How can you say no to a puppy?
You can't say no to puppy, I do agree on that. But, sometimes it's just not that easy.
So at
Especially,
least we have confirmation now that Ladin will be starting on the side of CT, and VG will be starting on this on the side of T side.
yes,
Or they, yes, that's how it's going to be working. That's great. CT
yes,
side, I definitely feel like this is a CT sided map, so I think Ladin has the upper hand over here. It's going to be interesting to see how they set it up. Will they be playing like the normal 2B, 2A, and one holding towards archers, easy rotate? Or, will they do something different? Normally, we like to do a 3B pistol, just purely to have the upper hand when they do like a B rush or something like that. But it doesn't look like VGE has that in mind. They are pushing through second mid and mid, not taking the bomb towards B. And I
yeah.
think the gents on B have actually realized that because we see a nice and early rotate over there.
Yeah, so Arkan already is dropping quite low. This Gemini does fall there out of apps. Oh, and that's going to be 80 in as well. So the boys from Venom Gaming Endeavour definitely taking quick control on this first round over the site.
Yeah, and they're barely dropping any HP over there. So yeah, Sonic's last one alive. Xylem
Oh, what a
managed to take down
snipe.
Bullock. Yeah, Sonic's is the last one alive. We've got 4 healthy players to take down. It's not looking good for Ladin so early into the game. But let's see, is Sonic capable of getting a nice little 4K? Spotted on balcony, gets a little dink over there from Havoc, but Spear finishing him off, and VGE take the first round of map number 1.
Yes, very well played to them. They made good work there. And they, obviously, with this being the second round now coming up, going to do that little bit of a SMG boost.
I see some of the players are, or some of our spectators are saying that my mic sounds a little bit distant. I'm not too sure what the problem is. Yeah, so a little force up over there from Ladin. We see an MP9 on ADN, the rest of them upgrading to their pistols. Bullock getting a nice little Kobe early into the game. Here taking down Gemini. Bullock and ADN doing a lot of damage on B. Carnage taking one of the players down over there. It is now dropped down to a 3v2 on the side of VGE, and it's not looking good for Xylem. He falls to Sonic's. Carnage taking down Sonic's, and it's a 2v1 now. Carnage has got a lot of work to do, but he's got a lot of utility and a Mac 10, which is a headshot machine. So let's see how it goes for Carnage.
I never knew that the Mac 10 was a headshot machine. For me,
It's a great.
it just hits the floor. So clearly I'm using it wrong.
Yeah,
Oh,
Carnage managing to get the bomb down, and he's got to take on Bullock. Bullock's got a UMP in his hand. Carnage with a lot of utility, but not necessarily using it. And Bullock pushing from mid, going towards it seems lane.
yeah, I was going one
And he
lane
has a
slash
kit.
N1.
Yeah, he's got a kit, so he's definitely got this. If he spots will he spot him? He has enough time. Trying to bait out the defuse, got his deagle out, but unfortunately Carnage takes him down, and they secure round number 2. Really, really well played from Carnage.
Yes, that was really well played by him. No, just waiting it out until he gets confirmation of the defuse, you know. They say pros don't fake, but obviously he didn't fake it.
Yeah,
He
no,
took
he
his time.
tried to bait out the player over there. It didn't work into his into his way, but nonetheless, really well played from Bullock. It was a really good force up over there from them, doing a lot of damage on the side of VGE. As you can see, Deadshot not even thinking about upgrading. He remains in the Eagle. Xylem sticking to his Mac 10.
Yeah,
And
once again we
here,
had Ladon was doing that 5-man boost on top of each other in Banana. Or on Bry, actually.
yeah, so there's three of the players now on B side, four players.
Yeah.
And it looks like the bomb is ultimately going to be going down on A.
It's very strange to see that Ladon, with the fact that they're already sitting with a 2-round deficit, decide to do the boost in Bry. I think it
Yeah,
was just a
well,
matter of hoping for the lucks of getting
hoping,
those one
yeah,
taps.
hoping that they would rush towards B, and they've all have deagles, but ADN manages to upgrade to an SG. And yeah, Sonics and Bullock, I think will ultimately, all of them are going to be saving, trying to play for some exit. Might just run into a little friend over there at the lower T spawn over there. Let's see if we see any action. Yes, we do.
He feels the
He
pain
feels
there
the
from the side.
pinch. Xylem taking down Sonics, and a lot of HP getting lost over there from the bomb exploding on the side of VGE. But nonetheless, let's see if Ladon can come back. They should be buying this round, so it will be their first decent buy on round number 4. And lots of AKs on the side of VGE, but we also see a little counter-terrorist timeout. So I think the IGL is having a little chit-chat,
Yes, well,
talking
while
to
they
them.
do have that little chit chat for the next few seconds, I will take us over to the intermission screen. And apparently, with them saying that you are a bit soft,
Yeah,
let
so
me.
I'm just going to check on my side as
No,
well
no
what
need to worry. I'll just grab you on my side.
my Discord problems are.
No, we should be good to go now. I did give you a bit of a boost there.
Okay, I've also just set my settings as well, so hopefully it's a little bit better now. And we are into round number 4. Carnage playing it a little bit slower, trying to play for a few picks. We see Ladon also playing with 3 players on the side of B, but it looks like there'll be an early rotate. Not a lot of damage dealt between the 2 players. ADN dropping down to 78 and Havoc taking a little pinch over there onto 55.
Yeah, there's a smart smoke that we see that happened in middle. And now it's just a matter of trying to delay the push as much as they can.
A really good utility coming out from BGE. There's a Molly under Ducky, and we still didn't get confirmation as to what people like to call Ducky on Inferno. So if anybody knows in our spectators, please drop us a little note over there. We can hear what other people like to call it. Sonic falling early to that Molotov, which, like I said, really good utility, but Arkan doing a lot of dirty work over there. Xylem and Deadshot, the last two alive. And there's 3 players on the side of Ladon's not looking good for VGE this round.
No, it seems like the buy for Ladon that came in was definitely a good one.
How the boys seem to be quite potent with
Oh,
their
Deadshot there with a quick flick gets the headshot there onto Gemini. Bring
quite
it down to a
unfortunate,
2 on
but
2.
yeah, in Deadshot he's dropped down to 18 HP. It's a 2v2. The upper hand sits in Ladon's favor because they have the bomb. So Xylem and Deadshot have to push out, they have to get the bomb, and they don't know where any of the players are. Bullock and Arkan finishing them off, and they finally secure their first round. Really well played from Ladon.
Now that was really well played round. It's the first round win that we do see coming in favor of Ladon, or Ladon. I'm trying to get these names pronounced correct. So
Yeah.
we do see that they continue with the buy. They did drop a few guys, but they've got the saved AK from the previous round. And it's only ADN coming in there with a submachine gun.
Yeah, Bullock doing a lot of the work along with Ark, and they're both sitting in, the higher 4 for 3 or 4 for 2, 3 for 3. And then Carnage, he's wrecking on the side of VGE. He's sitting 7 for 2, so he's got like a really good KD over there.
That is a really good KD ratio. I do see there that we got a quick note there from Andre saying that it sounds like your mic is behind you, so it's very strange that it's doing that.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Last week wasn't, we didn't have that issue, so see how it goes. Salem getting really nasty kill onto Gemini, finishing him off with a deagle. And he upgrades to an M4A4. It's dropped down to a 4v3, and the bomb is down on the side of A. So it's going to be a full retake on the side of A.
Oh, Bullock getting that headshot there through the smoke. Onto Fear. Now trying to push the side. Zalem will fall. It's just Deadshot alive. Well, he was alive. The molly misses the bomb. But ADN had the smoke there in hand.
Sorry, I'm just quickly going through my
No
microphone
problem.
settings to see if I can't maybe just try.
But this is now round 6 that we are going to be going into, and Ladon have pulled themselves a bit back here. They are sitting at a 1-round deficit now, the score being 2-3 in favor of winning gaming Endeavour. And Gemini taking a lot of damage from the Molotov there in the middle lane. He does deal significant damage to Xylem, but Havoc will fall there to Arkan. So the trade is good.
Really good trade, yeah. So Havoc and Gemini falling nice and early into the round. It's, Ladon's still behind with a whole round. Lots of sprays through the smokes and so forth, so that's good to see. It looks like PG were pushing the bomb towards B-side. Bullock falling early to Carnage with a nice little headshot over there. As we've said before, we know he has wall hacks, so he just needs to relax a little bit tonight. He's on fire.
Well, we do know he does not actually have wall hacks. We've seen him play. But
No, he's just a really good player.
yeah, he did pick up the headshot there through the smoke, but obviously with the fact that the smoke was in place, but if your enemy is going to shoot through the smoke, you're going to fire in the general direction we thought them to be.
ADN has a really good chance over here of taking down the players. Carnage is sitting on 2 HP, Xylem on 28, and he's got a kit in his hand. So if only he had that information from his team, I would have pushed in that situation if I had known that 2 of the players on site, 28 HP and 2 HP, with a kit in my hand. 100% I would have pushed.
No, definitely. Well, Carnage staying there until the end in order to ensure that
nobody defuses that bomb, because pros don't fake.
Pros don't fake. Nope, they do not. I saw that last night. And now it's VGE clawing back at the rounds that they've lost.
Yeah, definitely. They're not doing a bad job at it either. We see Ladon is pretty much saving most of the time. So they're struggling a little bit without their weapons. I felt like, the one round where they managed to buy decent weaponry, they actually managed to get another round. And the second round, pretty much by luck, because, they killed the bomb planter, so the bomb was off site. And yeah, let's see if they can do anything. Salem's got an AWP in his hands. I think this is the first time we're actually seeing the AWP at play. And
yes.
Havoc sticking to his little headshot machine Mac 10 over there, and Ladon just upgrading their pistols. But I think Carnage and Bullock, those two, Carnage just keeps killing Bullock.
They have something for each other. I'm pretty certain of it. There's a special relationship between the two of them. Carnage now is dropping back here in Banana as well, just to keep an eye on the rap from behind.
And really good utility coming in from VGE. They've smoked up coffins and CT. And I think lots of flashes going out as well. Arkan is pretty much blind most of the time. He tries to peek around the corner. That smoke not working in his favor. He falls, and ADN getting the refrag onto Fear.
Yeah, ADN's the other one with a rifle.
Ooh, Havoc getting a nasty kill over there onto Gemini, who was rotating off to B side. So it's up to ADN and Sonic. And they have the information that Havoc might peek his head around from CT. It's not looking good for them.
No, obviously. Sonic's also there. Havoc just helping out there in the end, taking down the terrorists pushing through. So it's
I think Sonic just needs to go and find a gun now, and they need to save because their economy isn't good.
No, definitely. Pick up a gun and grab a good save.
Yeah,
Oh, that was a
unfortunately,
close
Sonic's
one.
yeah, Sonic's falls, but it looks like Adian will be saving his M4A4. He's got a defuse kit on him as well, an upgraded pistol. Definitely not worth losing that. And Carnage, Xylem, and Deadshot, they secure their AK-47 rifles, and Xylem sticks to his AWP. So hopefully we can see Ladon buy this round. The economy is still not looking all that great, so they won't have a lot of kits on their side. But I'll be holding thumbs. I'm shouting for Ladon. I really do want them to pull their socks up and win tonight's game. They're a very, personally, in my opinion, really well-formed team, and I think they have a lot of potential to do greater things.
Well, we'll see how this continues. As I do also take a quick note there that Voldo and Josh both saying the mic is sounding a lot better. So you clearly did something right for them to hear.
I have no idea what I did. I just clicked a whole bunch of knoppies,
And
and
it worked! And I see KP, they're also letting us know that apparently he does, and I'm not lying, so they're talking about Carnage and his walls.
oh
But
yeah, yeah. Carnage definitely has walls. Not really, but we think he
yeah,
has walls. Sonic's
no,
getting
definitely.
a really nice spray down onto Carnage and Deadshot over there, doing some dirty, dirty work. And we've dropped down to a 3v3. It's Sonic's Arkin and Gemini. They've got some work to do. Fear, Xylem, and Havoc trying to take down the players on pushing out of Boiler, but Gemini and that crossfire that they had over there was absolutely excellent, taking down two of the players. And now Xylem has got to get the bomb, and all he has in his hands is an AWP and a Molotov.
Well, you can smoke off Archer side and grab the bomb.
Or he can molly, seeing as he
Well,
doesn't have a
sorry, yeah,
smoke in his hand.
I
He'll be
meant
mollying
Molly.
over there. It's okay, I do that as well. Sometimes I say I'm throwing a grenade and then I end up flashing people, so that's how it works.
High
So
explosive
yeah,
grenade out, and then, oh, I'm white.
I'm white, yes, I can't see anything. I get flashed in real life as well. Like when my screen goes white, I feel like I'm blind.
Oh, it definitely does hit. Sonex is gonna take this time to sit at the
Is he?
back and see if
I
he can
thought he
see.
was going to go towards B side, but I think he realized that he doesn't have enough time. And Gemini killing three of the players on the side of BGE. I think that round definitely gets awarded to him for Ladon,
Yeah, Gemini
doing a
grabbing
lot
the
of the
AWP.
work. Yeah, and he manages to save an AWP. So it's looking good for Ladon. I think they're doing a really good job at reading the game and countering whatever VGE is doing. Gosh, my Killicons is starting really early tonight. We're not even 9 rounds in and I can't talk.
That's okay. Killicons is good. I promised everybody that at least we can speak Killicons. Because KP was begging me for a chance to cast, and I said to him, but the problem is you can't speak Killicons. He's replying,
But he
obviously,
can speak Spanish, so like he could always come into the chair and like have a whole conversation with
himself.
people that speak with himself. Sonic's getting a nice early kill onto Carnage and Xylem, but Havoc takes him down. He does manage to get two of the players down, so that's alright for them. Havoc's dropped down to 52 HP. They only have deagles in their hands, and it's not looking too good for them. Two of their players with the bomb in app. I think they're ultimately going to try and push towards A, and then we have one of their players trying to hold Banana down, make sure that none of the opposite team little heads peek out over there. But they're pushing to the wrong side. There's three players on the side of A side, and I think Havoc just realized that Gemini with a nasty headshot onto Fear and Havoc, and Deadshot is last alive, and he's got lots of work to do.
Oh, he has a lot of work to do. As the Molotov comes in, he's gonna take a little burn. That was definitely a sound cue that he got out there.
Yeah,
See
so
if he
let's see.
pushes up now.
Alien is holding towards B side, but he's playing towards A just to make sure that nobody comes around and wraps around, which I think is an excellent hold over there. Deadshot drops down to 21 HP. I don't think it's looking too good for him. I think Ladon has this one in the bag.
Oh, he almost had the headshot there onto Gemini, but Gemini picking up his 3k kill for the round.
Yeah, Gemini doing a lot of the work over there, pulling his socks up. I like how if you look at the scores between Ladon, they're pretty much even out between 5 and 7 with the kill ratios. And then you see Carnage.
He's having fun.
Yeah, Carnage he's 12 for 5. He's doing so much work over there, and it looks like Deadshot having a little bit of a slow game today. Terrorist timeout, so I think there's going to be a bit of a
Pep
chat
talk.
pep talk. I give the worst pep talks.
No, you don't.
I
I'm pretty.
do. Have you? I don't know what to say half the time. And then I tried to find something funny to say, and then it bees. Wow. I can't speak English today. It comes out as really dry humor, and I have a thing for dry humor. So,
And the other people
nobody,
just don't understand dry humor.
the other people don't understand dry humor, or I don't know, maybe I'm just too lame or something like that. But like, shower me in dry humor. I'm that kind of person. Shower me. Carnage getting a nasty shot onto Sonic
Oh,
with a
Fiat, returning there
deagle
with a revolver.
with the revolver. I can't shoot that gun though. I never know which side to click. Bullock getting two of the players over there, and it's Fear who's last alive. He's got his little revolver in his hands, and I hope for his sake he gets another kill, because it's just entertaining to see someone die to an R8.
Yeah, definitely. Well, the revolver, which of which he's carrying, the robot version, yeah, very pretty gun. Um, left click is obviously your slow, steady aim, and then right click is the rapid aim. As you see there, he was left clicking, but you
I
have
feel
to
like
be
the rapid
super
aim is
accurate.
just like, yeah, it just goes wherever
It's
wherever
your
it
close
wants
quarter
to.
fights.
Okay, I see. All right, I'm gonna equip the revolver tonight, and I'm gonna see how it goes. And if I hate it, I'm gonna blame you, Toothy.
Okay,
Okay, deal.
deal.
Another terrorist timeout. It looks like Deadshot's having a little bit of, I'm not too sure, might be some technical issues, but we are into a pause. So hopefully we can see him come back. I didn't actually take a look at his network.
No, I did not catch that as
Yeah,
well.
so I didn't see if it was that, but I think, earlier we did hear that there was a player that was struggling with some technical issues. So we
I
hope for
think that
his
was him
sake.
actually.
Yeah, I also think it was him.
Or
So
him or Havoc.
hopefully for his sake they can fix it quickly. And the
Yeah.
game doesn't. Okay, I was about to say the game doesn't look to be pausing on their side, which is quite strange. So they're having to run into
Well, we
their
were in a
own.
time outside, so it was supposed to just switch over after the timeout straight into a match pause.
But it was like 2 seconds into the round beginning, so that's quite strange. These servers just do what they want to whenever they want to.
Mm, sometimes they just don't. But if we take a quick look at this, I was bringing the screen up just earlier. It's not a very high flashy game just yet, but Xylem was already sitting there with 11 effective flashes for the game. I mean, we're sitting in round 11, so each and every round he's getting that one effective flash to try and help.
It's quite hard knowing as I'm doing a lot of the effective flashes there 11, but it doesn't necessarily help you throwing a flashbang into a certain angle and you're not peeking that angle. So yes, it could be flashing them, but is it actually effective? If you understand what I'm trying to say here,
No, no,
because
I'm with you on that one.
I could throw a flash up into mid and can flash those people, but like, am I doing anything with that flashbang, or is it just flashing the people? Instead of like using your flashes effectively to actually peek into an angle or get out of a sticky situation or something like that. So it looks like their timeouts are not working, but it seems Deadshot, yeah, match is not live, so we'll be restarting that round
Very quickly.
in very quickly. Yes, that's everybody's just chill, relax, it's gonna
We
be
got
okay,
this.
but yeah, Deadshot is back. He's sitting with 38 ping, so I don't think it was his ping that was giving him the initial trouble. I think ultimately
The heat.
it was the heat, yeah. I've actually had a few of the people that I know with their PCs, they've been struggling with their PCs that are overheating lately, because I think, it's also been, it just unexpectedly got so hot.
Oh no, definitely. I'm myself running a AMD PC here, which normally runs a bit hotter than your Intels. I'm feeling the heat already.
Yeah, I think it's time for some water cooling and CPU coolers and all these flashy stuff people put onto their PCs, as
I've
long
got
as
a
it's got
water cooler on
RGB.
my CPU.
I have a CPU cooler thingy. I don't know what it is because I don't really know a lot about PCs, so kind of still in the learning phase about it. But yeah, it has pretty lights on. I guess that kind of counts as something, right?
Well, the last time I was looking at it, I heard from Lycan that every time you add RGB, it adds 10% skill.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so I'm gonna light my
I
PC up like a Christmas tree.
I think mine looks like a Christmas tree already, but I have like zero skills, so I think Lycan is He's telling that he's lying. He's lying to everybody there.
Oh, damn
I think
it.
it's I think it's the skins equal skills. You know, if you've got like all the pretty skins and stuff, then you know
So
that's
that's
extra
why he
skill.
was buying all those skills, the
All the
the
skins.
skins, yeah, in Dota.
Okay, that makes sense because he needed the extra skill.
Probably.
I think we're
That,
fired
that
after that.
that could be why I'm doing so bad with CS, because I have no skins. As
Oh,
Sonics
I have
unfortunately
skins.
falls there to Deadshot with a nice headshot trade onto him. And Carnage taking down
80N,
Bullock.
80N getting the kill onto Xylem. It looks like the bomb is going to go towards B, and I think 80N is alone by himself. But we see a nice early rotate. There's a Molotov. He can't peek. There are two
Oh,
AW. Ooh, what a nasty shot from 80N.
I don't know how he got that, but he got it.
He got it, yeah. He's got Carnage and Havoc to take down. Now it looks like they're waiting for the rotate. They've got kits on them. It's a little bit of a slow initial take, or not checking behind family. And Havoc has got the AWP in his hands. He takes down Arkan, and it's now Gemini who's last alive. But Havoc, no shame whatsoever, taking down Gemini, and that was a terrible retake from Ladon.
Yes, it's sort of like they didn't wait for each other to try and push in together. No, you can't go and push in one by one.
Shimane saying, I feel you should be more positive over Venom. They have been proving themselves in this cup. 100% they have, and like I said, I'm going to be just a tiny bit biased because one of my in real life friends play on the side of Ladon, but they are a really good team, well composed, and I think they do believe to give their best and actually have a great opportunity to get really far in this tournament.
No,
And
definitely.
Quentin saying, proving how good they use wall hacks. Just so that everybody knows, Carnage doesn't actually have wall hacks, but he has crazy shots sometimes, through smoke headshots, and it's ridiculous. So Ladin's sitting on two players down with a CZ and Deagle in their hands. It's not looking good for them. They've got to take down 4 of the players on the side of VGE. And they've managed to take down their top frag, Carnage falling early.
Well, it does help a bit, but you want to sort of get like 2 or 3 guys, to drop the.
Yeah, well, as you see, Carnage literally has double the kills of the second fragger in their team.
Yeah, I see Timon
So,
van Skalkwijk is commenting on us there about the RGB. Just by the way.
I know, can confirm RGB works. I think Timon, it's that's lies because my PC is RGB everywhere, like everywhere. I have like 6, 7, 8 fans in my PC, and all of them are RGB, and my little water cooler is also RGB, and my everything is RGB, and I have really bad skills. So can someone just show me the way how? And I have kind of nice skins as well. It's because I don't have a knife. That makes sense. I don't have a knife, so I can't have skills.
There's our problem. We don't have knives.
Yes, and I think to be cool in CSGO, you have to have a knife.
Oh yes,
So
yes, yes.
that's where our problem lies, yeah. So VGE, they're sitting on 7 rounds in. Xylem getting a nasty kill onto Sonic early into the round. Ladon struggling a little bit. They are only on 5 rounds in, so they're 2 rounds behind, and they are just losing players early into the round, especially on their B side. Carnage taking down Gemini, and we've immediately dropped down to a 3v5 so early into the round. I mean, we've still got a whole minute and 30 seconds left, and there's half of the team left.
It really does, especially when you have a lot of time like this left. It really does make it difficult when you are trying to hold a site. Oh,
Yeah,
as
and
Adian gets a good kill there, obviously giving his positioning away. Oh, and a spray through the smoke picks up
another one.
Havoc.
Aiden doing a lot of the work over there. Carnage just melting on Bullock, and Deadshot finishing 80N off. That was a really good retake from them, even though Ladon had more of their players on A side. VGE just walked right in, and they walked right over them on A side. They were like, I don't care if you're here, we're going to plant the bomb here. So it doesn't look good for Ladon. I really hope that... Is this their map pick? It's Ladon's map pick.
Yes, I think it should be.
So that's super unfortunate. I think maybe we'll see now, in the next half if Ladin can pull up their socks and actually be, are they T-sided players? Are they CT-sided players? I think we say this every time we cast Toothy. But yeah, I like to believe that if I'm not doing well on the one side, then I'm, obviously the opposite side's player.
No, definitely. And I
They
just want to
just
give
keep the
a,
ante.
yeah, it's giving us a bit of a headache there. Speaking of headaches, another headache at the moment is, apparently the people are struggling to see the other game on Twitch, so I'm working on it. Just can't tell you guys anything. And then a shout out there to TNS Peterson. Now you can not bring your own mouse. We do not want any word.exe. If
That's
I'm
too
not mistaken, that
funny.
is Frank ZA, so I'm pretty sure he'll take a laugh into it. As we see that Fear also just now falls there to Arkan after Gemini took down Carnage as well.
Oh, and Havoc just keeps killing all of the players that are on the rotates. And yeah, but there's three players on the side of BGE, three on the side of AD, and Arkan the only one actually being able to pick up a cod gun, as I'd like to call it, and he spotted Havoc in the library, and it looks like the bomb will be pushing towards A site. Let's hope these boys actually rotate off of B and come towards A. There should have been, some sort of information already. I think Havoc spotted ahead over there. Yes, he did, managing to get the kill through the box onto Arkan. And ADN and Bullock last two alive B players. They will be pushing towards, is it library? Hopefully they can get a nasty headshot or two with those Juan Deeks.
The very important Hondigs.
Yeah, I don't have Juan Deeks. I have like 89
Multi-taps.
Deeks. Yeah.
I it, it sounds funny, but every time I get the one dig, it's like I stop wherever I am. It's like I got one dig, and
I
then I'll
do the same
continue.
thing.
It's like,
And then
oh,
I record it.
how did I get the
Yeah.
one dig?
And then I record it because so that people can believe me one day when I tell them I'm cool like that.
Yeah, I've hit the one digs a few times where it was a matter of okay, I've just hit the one dig. I have no idea how I did it. Should I just maybe
Yeah.
report myself?
Yeah, report myself. Reported for griefing and hacks.
Hacks
Done.
definitely must be.
You don't have to worry about anything else. So we see a nice upgrade on the side of Ladon. They'll be buying full M4s and an AWP on the hand of Sonic and Xylem with his. So hopefully we'll be seeing some 1v1 battles in mid with those AWP scoped weapons.
Well,
There's a
Sonic's
lot of
definitely. Sorry, continue.
no, there's a lot of kits out. As I think Sonics hasn't been having a great game tonight with his AWP.
No, unfortunately not. We do see that he did take the more passive angle, looking straight towards the corner of second mid. Sphere is about to push out of apps, and Arkan just turning around there at the
Yeah,
time
but
he
it looks like
pushes out.
It looks like they're trying to use utility on A side to bait out some of the players. Sonic's getting one kill onto Fear, losing his AWP, and Havoc with an instant refrag. Nice to see VGE stick together, and they have a partner in crime to get those instant refrags. So I think VGE, in the upper hand, they've been doing that. They've been re-peaking, they've been getting instant refrags, and we haven't really been seeing that from Ladon tonight.
Yes. Oh, as Havoc was trying to get the wrap there from behind as he pushed through archers, but Bullock just getting him, and now Carnage will
Uh-oh.
fall. Oh, Xylem.
Oopsie daisy, that was a oopsie from Xylem taking down one of his own team players.
What?
And
Aiden
unfortunately,
did
their top
fall
frag,
almost.
yeah, unfortunately, their top fragger Azon Deadshot, he's last alive. And Arkan kills him. It is a 6-9 half to VGE Carnage. I mean, VGE, well, I could practically say Carnage because he's got 18 kills. He's annihilating the boys tonight.
Well, for the love of it, let's just call it Endeavour or VG Endeavour, Venom Gaming. But yeah, Carnage playing supremely well there.
Yeah, he really is doing a lot of work.
Havoc's
And
catching up though.
Havoc is, yes, he's Katie's at least one over there, so that's not too bad. But let's see if Ladin can pull up their socks and show VGE, what they're fighting for over here, because I think, as a lot of people have been saying, they've been screwing for VGE and they are well deserved. They're a team that actually deserves to be up because they really do work well together. And seeing how their form and their setups and so forth, it really does work in their favor. They're constantly peaking together, they're pushing together, and they're reading the map really well. So I think ultimately this map is playing in their favor.
Well, Ladon
Not
getting a
spotting.
good push here onto a now.
Yeah,
Definitely.
and it's a 3v4. Carnage Fear and Deadshots have to take down four of the players on the side of Ladin. But we've seen Carnage, and he's quite potent. So let's see if any of those hacks can come out yet again. And really passive, good post plant positioning from Ladon. Not peeking into their crosses at all, waiting for them to come to side. So really good hold from Ladon. Bullock finishing off the last player on the side of BGE. And they are finally on round 7 for themselves, yet they are still 2 rounds behind.
Yes, no.
So,
Well, it's not the end of the world. I mean, they've just got the first round. They can really build from it now. It seems like the terrorist is a bit more of their strongest side.
I think, well, effectively, the AK-47 in your hand it is. But then you go and pick up a Glock and you're like, dinked 96 in 18, Or is that just me?
No, it's not just you. I feel it too.
Yeah. Glocks everywhere.
Glocks everywhere. And I see that a bit of a writing has got there into the chat, guys. Come on, let's keep it calm.
Yeah,
This is all just for the charity cup. I mean, this is all for the greater good. It's not about us or proving anything to anyone. It's really just about having fun and doing this for the charities that we support.
For the charity that they support, every team player or every team that entered the cup had a chosen charity that they wish to donate their the winnings to of whatever was made throughout the cup. And I think the cause is really good. So let's try keep the vibe a little bit positive and remember, what this is for. This isn't to prove anything to anyone. This is basically just to play your heart out for a charity you feel deserves it. ADN, really nice push into CT over there, not expecting him over there, so he gets the kill. 2 kills actually entering onto the site. One more player that he might just run into, but the bomb does go down yet again on A side.
ADN.
Yeah, he takes down Fear. I told you, headshot machine. Look at that.
Sonic's
taking down Deadshot with another headshot, and Havoc last alive. Not looking good for him, not at all. Sonic's taking him down, so good work from ADN and Sonic's over there. The rest of the team not even having to do anything at all, but just sit on site and wait for in case something happens. And really good round from Ladon over there. They're 8-9, still to BGE, so one more round and they'll actually be evened out, and then we might just maybe even see this map go into overtime.
Oh, that'd be nice. I would like to make Pickle a bit jealous then, also being someone to cast overtime before she gets to. She really was begging for overtime and did not get it, so.
Well, let's see. Xylem and ADN falling into the round. Fear and Deadshot both a little bit low on HP over there, and I think Gemini also taking a lot of damage from Deadshot, but he manages to finish off Deadshot, and ultimately it is now a 4v3. Not looking too good for BGE. They have 2 deagles in their hands of Carnage and Havoc, and Fear sticking to his, he just upgraded himself to a P250.
Yes, P250.
I also like it. Stay there.
It's a bit sad that they nerfed it down, there's no more one-shot headshot for the P250, but
ooh.
Sonic's proving that it is still a headshot machine.
And Bullock with a nasty kill through smoke.
I told you what.
Fear lost.
If you see that spray coming through the smoke, obviously you're going to return it.
Yeah, I know. I would do exactly the same thing. A lot of people tend to believe that there's a smoke there, so you're covered. It's kind of like a mental thing where you think it's a wall. And, when you get to that point where you actually start realizing, this isn't a wall and I can actually shoot through it. And you land some dodgy headshots. The other night I was playing a game on Dust, okay? With a whole bunch of my friends. As per usual, I'm always bottom fragging. And
like me.
They would throw... Yeah. So I'm the underpass. So they'd throw smokes, and I would spam through the smoke, and I'd get a headshot. So eventually, my team just started throwing smoke so that I could shoot through the smoke, because it's the only way I got killed.
And then you became the carry.
No, I still bottom frag. But it's worth a try, right?
No, definitely worth a try. I had this weird experience the other night on Cash, playing Cash just for the fun again. Sitting on that top of that red container, and I see the guys pushing from highway, and I was like, oh snap, and I'm on a save round now as it happens already.
Yeah.
So I've got my deagle in hand, and as I'm busy backing out, I can see how I'm starting to drop off from the red container, and I still land one shot. I was like, nope.
Yeah, that's enough. That's enough CSGO for me today. No more adulting.
No, I have no idea how I did it. I'm gonna hide. As Gemini is doing exactly right after he got the headshot there onto Fear.
Still Xylem and Sonics with those AWP. Sonics is holding upper mid, but nobody's peeking over there. There was smoke initially put out. And it seems like the boys are trying to make some noise on B, trying to bait out utility over there. Xylem getting the upper hand onto Gemini. And Sonic's trying to play for some information here. Is he going to get a kill? No, he's not. Nobody peeking into their hand, but if he turns around, he might just spot a head or two.
Well, I'm hoping that he gets the hit there. Just getting that bit of a aggression
But
over the site.
they have a lot of map control, so I think it's definitely working into their favor. Only two of the players on and towards A side, but it looks like there's a rotate coming from Ladon.
Oh,
ADN
ADN again.
spotting Carnage, but there's another player on site. Do they spot him? Yes, they do. ADN taking him down as well. Sonic's dropped down into pit. The bomb is going down, and Xylem and Deadshot, they've got a whole lot of work to do if they want to defuse this bomb. And it's just Deadshot that has a kid on him.
Yeah, Xylem's holding more of a passive angle towards the Archer side, so I don't think they're gonna try and push. Maybe try and get some exits and work
Yeah,
it from there.
I think, always try and save when you can if you're on the side of CT because it's such an expensive side to be on. And also the M4A4 being a two-shot kill. So as you see, Deadshot taking down three of the players on the side of Ladon. They lose a lot of economy and weaponry over there. Really well played from him. Really, really well played from him. Sonic's being the only one alive, and he always got an AWP in his hand, and that's what he'll be saving.
No, no, definitely. I don't want to give that up away as all he was saying to himself. But a very nice work there by Xylem. Taking them down. That was really
I think
well
it was
played.
actually Deadshot. Salem had the
Oh, sorry, yeah,
AWP and
Deadshot.
Deadshot had the spray down and he killed all three of the players. So not so smart from Ladin, I would say. Peeking like that one by one. It's not so great. But yeah, Sonic's trying to get the pick in mid, not spotting anyone over there. I think he's gonna keep holding towards mid and two players pushing towards app. Gemini getting his revenge on Deadshot with an AK-47 headshot. One player left on B on the side of BGE, and I think if Ladder knew that they would play that. But their default setup that they have is for me really really great. They have two players pushing up towards B. They leave the bomb down in spawn. Sonics holds mid, doesn't peek, doesn't push unnecessarily, and then we have two players playing towards apps. So we saw Bullock unfortunately losing his angle over there and the advantage that he had in apps because Xylem peeked him off with an AWP, but like a really good setup that they have there. The bomb's still down in spawn. We still have one player top B, and it's working well for London. I mean, for the first time
Oh,
they're up.
Gemini
They're
there with a
nine.
nice pop flash through the smoke, working himself in on the side, but Havoc gonna get the return there. So ADN
But
will
it's
take down
okay
Havoc.
because ADM takes him down. This is really good teamwork. This is what I like to see when players know how to read, for instance, a game and so forth. So it's going well for Lad, and they're reading the game really well, and they're peeking so wonderfully. It's nice to see players peek out like this. I don't. Oh, ADM taking down the AWPer on A site, and Fear is last alive. He's got a defuse kit in his hands, an M4A1S. So let's see. He'll be rotating from the side of CT, and he'll be pushing either towards Archers or Library.
He's going definitely on the Archer side, and he's taking a quick peek here in towards mid. So it seems like he is trying to hopefully bait out as much utility that could be left on the Ladon side, to see if he can scout out where they are. And bring in a pop flash of his own.
On
Not.
that note, it is Comic Con this weekend. How many of our spectators and yourself as well, Toothy, will you be going through to Comic Con?
Oh yes, I will be there. I will be tweeting sometime on Friday exactly where you guys can find me at Comic Con if anybody wants to come say hello.
Definitely. I
And
think a lot of, all of our gamers, we're such a tight-knit community group, and we should definitely try get out there, meet each other, say hi, and So yeah, Comic Con this weekend. I unfortunately won't be going. Unfortunately, I couldn't get tickets in time.
Ah, goodness.
Yeah,
Well,
so that really
if you
sucks.
hurry
But
up and grab Twitter, you can win some tickets there from XD Gaming. I see they were giving tickets away.
I know I've tried on copious amounts of sites to write the story of my life to try and get tickets, but it's okay. You win some, you lose some. So next year Comic Con will definitely be there, but I'll also be attending Rage sometime. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. 11-9 to Ladon. They've really done a good job at coming back. They've won all of their T-sided rounds.
So that,
So
see, this is a T-sided map for them.
it's a T-sided map for them. Super proud mom, 100%. Hashtag super proud mom. So
My
yeah, that's
boys.
my boys. Yeah, they all so little, except for Bullock. Bullock's not so little, but he's like my big little boy. That sounds super weird, but anyway. 21
All
for
grown
8.
up.
ADN is doing a lot of work on the side of Ladon. And then Carnage also having a bit of a slow CT side, but he's still up on top there, 19 for 14. Gemini getting a nicer kill onto Deadshot. Xylem onto Bullock. And it looks like Ladon will be taking towards B sides. Only one player over there. Sonic getting the refrag onto him. Carnage at least taking down Gemini. It is now a 2v3. Xylem and Havoc, they both have diffuse kits and they have enough kit to push onto site. So let's see what they decide to do here.
Yes, as we take a quick look here and see that Zalem is still trying to scout out here through the construction area, with Havoc following close on his heels. So it's not like these guys are going to be pushing in bad angles and going for the double peaks, which does help, especially with family being a big
Yeah, and
area.
there's
But
going to be a
Sonic's,
Molotov into family. Havoc knows where the last player alive is, and Sonic takes him down with a naughty headshot. Really well played from Ladon over there, but even better played from VGE. What a wonderful retake. Peeking together like that, mauling the player out of family, knowing where the other player was. So really, really well played from VGE there, even though they lost the round.
yes, that was really proper team communication that these two had. You know, you can see by the way that they were walking that they were trying to cover each other with each and every single angle that they possibly could.
They definitely did try. So VGE will be saving a Deadshot, upgrading to a UMP. The rest of them all upgrading to pistols. And we see Arkan and Gemini both playing with the SGs. Sonic sticking to his infamous AWP and the other two players onto AK-47s. And yeah, it looks like they're setting up this default, and it doesn't seem that VGE are trying to counter this default that they have going up there. Havoc, though, with a 5-7, getting 2 nasty kills onto ADN and Bullock. So it looks like they'll be pushing towards B sides, obviously with the 2 picks in and towards A there. Double setup.
Salem just
Unfortunately,
not being able to do the
yeah,
damage there.
but it's okay because his teammate, at least got one of the players over there. So it drops down to a 2v2. Havoc has got an AK-47 in his hands. Carnage with a deagle, and we've seen some really nasty shots coming from him tonight. So let's see if Sonics and Arkan can actually hold this. The Havoc
Ooh.
peeking around the corner from Banana, taking down Arkan. Sonics is last alive, and it's between him and Havoc now to battle it out. And Havoc has the
Oh,
information.
that
He
was
takes
really well played.
That was so well played. He takes down Sonic and he stops that win streak. This will be the first round that VGE actually win this half with the defuse kit. That was a really good retake.
That was a
On a,
really
on a
good retake, definitely.
on a save rush as well, or on a save round.
Well, save rounds are sometimes making for the best rounds that we've seen so far within this tournament. So
Yeah, there's a lot of improvements. When you start seeing teams come back year after year, or season after season, and how much improvement there is, for me it's astonishing, and I love seeing it in teams. Carnage taking down 2 of the players on the side of Ladon. Bullock finally managing to stop the monstrosity happening over there, but ADN takes down Havoc. He takes down
finally,
Xylem, and he opens up A site. Will be planting. And it's between him and ADN and Arkan. They've got Fear and Deadshot to keep an eye out for.
well, Arian obviously being on site and Arkan down in pit, so trying to split out and see if they can get as much information as possible. Oh, Arkan just not getting the visual there on
Uh-oh.
long. The Molotov coming in onto ADN. Oh, that was very close. He is
That was
dropping low.
really close. That was a lot of damage from the Molotovs.
And
But
Arkan with a
Arkan,
very good trigger control with that spray.
really, really good. Yeah, really good. So that's 13-10 for Ladon Esports. A really good job from Ladon, coming back and reading the game and trying to figure it out. But VG are having really good rounds. They're managing to take the players down to one or two players left by the time they push onto a side. So they're doing the damage that's needed to be done. Their retakes are really good, but they've only had one successful retake. And yeah, Ladon is just sitting with the default setup every round. They're pushing two into apps, two towards B, one holding mid, and Ladon isn't doing anything to try and counter that.
No, definitely not. And what's interesting now to see is, oh, Deadshot picking up their Gemini. Is we're seeing a bit more of the constructive 2-1-2 play here coming from Ladon themselves, being on the tier side where you want to be a bit more aggressive towards your
And they have a lot of
one
map
side.
control.
Yes, they're
They really
taking full
do.
control.
Full control of B, pretty much most of control of apps. And then they basically decide where they're going to go from there on. Because they get a kill, and then try push towards the sides, and then they'll get refragged or whatever the case may be, and then they decide. But they've also noted that, and what I've seen in the past couple of rounds, they know that one player likes to, once they kill a player on B, nobody really rotates off of A sides, and they've made that mistake a couple of times now. But it looks like Salem doing a lot of work over there, taking down two of the players on Ladon. Sonic getting the refrag onto him, but Havoc is around the corner. But it looks like Ladon will actually revert back to B side. And the player on B side is only sitting on 19 HP, so this might be a really good round for them.
Well, it is Carnage once again, so he is going to try and
It
defend
looks...
this with his life. But the smoke is in.
Mm-mm-mm.
He did give a bit of a preempted fire there into the smoke.
But they have to plant now because there's 5 seconds left of the map, and it doesn't look like that plant's going to go down. And this will go, this round will go to VG. Really well played
That
from
was very close for Sonics. He nearly went all the way down.
I haven't seen Sonics land any crazy shots tonight with the AWP. I think maybe it hasn't really been his night. Xylem on the
Not
other
really.
hand, Xylem on the other hand has been doing a really good job with his AW.
Yes. And yes, to the guys out there like Basil, you guys, I have seen that you guys are talking about the left hand once again, but in all fairness, I'm allowed to cast whichever way I want. And no, Andre, it does not improve the FPS when you have it on the left or the right. It's just a matter of the game making more sense to my brain with the gun on the left.
Do you perhaps know of any way that a person could establish, which side would be the better side for them to use?
Yes, well, it's all about establishing which side is the most dominant within your brain. As Adrian gets a second 1 dig there, hoping for a third. Oh, he just does not get it.
He must be playing on left side, right?
Well, he's definitely playing on the side that is better for his brain and his eyes.
Carnage taking down Sonics with the AWP and ADN, but Bullock is there with the wraparound and he takes down one of the players. He gets an AK-47. Really, really good take from Ladon over
A
there.
bit of a
But,
bite there on ADN, if you ask me.
yeah, but I think it was well deserved. Well deserved that bait needed to come out because, Bullock needed enough time to actually wrap around construction and actually get the kill and the pick onto the player pushing from cons.
Yes.
So yeah, UMP on Fear and Deadshot. There are 3 flashbangs on their side. Not a lot of kits. Upgraded pistols. Looks like Bullock will be rushing through towards A side. He's going to get the kill. Yes, he is. He takes down the top fragger on the side of VGE, and it looks like it's going to be an A take. Super slow rotate from VGE. I mean, look at the players. They're only rotating now.
Well, they could have been waiting for, to find out if someone is pushing through archers, because the wrap side did happen on the side of archers, so you never know where the terrorists are going to be pushing.
No, 100% it did land from that side, but there was a pick, a nice early pick into Bullock just running through smoke, flashing himself in to mid, getting the kill over there. Nonetheless, they were on pistol, so it's quite an easy round for Ladon to have taken.
Nice. Deadshot will fall
Unfortunately.
there to
Oh,
80 again. So while they're waiting for the save, um, it's all about determining not just which side of your brain is most dominant, but also in your eyes, because your eyes do not always see the same level.
but how would you determine which is your dominant side?
Well, when it comes to your dominant side, it's all about. There's a couple of tests that you have to do. One of them is mostly the easiest one for when it comes to CS is simply by having an object in front of you at a set distance and looking at it first with both eyes open. Then you take a look at it with your left eye closed and then your right eye closed, and
Okay.
from there you can see to which side is the object moving the most,
Mm, okay.
and that will be
Uh, uh,
your most dominant side.
all right, that makes a bit sense. Like, look, I when I play with my sports, for instance, if I play hockey or if I play golf, I like to play right-handedly. But when I play golf and I putt, I actually putt left-handed. And if I play, for instance, pool, pool with
Yes,
the
yes, yes,
ball,
yes, yes.
pool table. Yeah, I actually play left-handed pool. So that's for me. You would naturally think a right-handed person would have is it the right-handed view that would be more dominant or so forth or whatever. But then, with my eyes as well, I have one eye that's actually a little bit weaker than the other eye. So I think a lot of those aspects also kind of play into the dominant side or whatever. But I mean, if there's a way that one could actually find out for certain, what side is your more dominant side, that would be. I'd love to know because I've never actually swapped around to left-sided
It's gonna be weird
point
if
of
you
view.
try that. Just by the way, it's gonna be weird. You will have to get adjusted to it first. So it's not just a matter of switching over and oh, this feels like home. You're gonna have to play 5 to 10 games and see what difference it does make to your gameplay. Asylum does get picked up there for the end of the round, and we do see that the game has ended now 16-11 in the favor
Really
of
well played.
Ladon.
Yeah, really well played to them. They had a really good comeback, only losing 2 rounds into the side of T side. So really well played from them. Yeah, map number one, done and dusted. Ladin Esports take it 16-11 to VGE. Very unfortunate for VGE, but they had a really good game nonetheless. And Toothy, if I'm not mistaken, we'll take a quick 10-minute recess and be back in a few.
Well, I don't know if it's going to be 10 minutes. I'll try and push for 10 minutes. We'll see what the players do ask for. But we're going to have a few minutes recess and then we will catch up with you guys just now in a bit. In the meantime,
Hmm.
enjoy the score screens and obviously the intermission screen there.
Okay, wonderful. See you guys soon.
See you now.
Welcome back to the Metanoia Charity Cup upper bracket finals. It's Ladon versus VG Endeavour or Venom Gaming Endeavour. Map 1 goes to Ladon on Inferno. We see map number 2. It is Dust 2. So that's going to be quite an interesting game. VGE had a good game, I think, previously, in the previous map. So super unfortunate for them to having lost that one. But let's see. A lot of our spectators saying that they've warmed up now and they'll actually have this one. Casting tonight is myself, Serenity, along with Toothy.
Yes, I am still here, madam. Alright, I am looking forward to this map. My favorite map of all time.
Yeah, Dust is, I think, an ultimate golden map in the CSGO community. We've seen Dust being revamped and so forth. You know what map I really do miss is the old Cobblestone. I really, really enjoyed
Yes, the old
Cobblestone.
one.
Yeah, the old one. The new one is, well, they've taken it out of the map pool now, but the new one is not so great.
I have no idea what they have done with it, but yeah, they simply have not done the best with it that we would like. As we're having some fun exploring around the map here while we are waiting for them to ready up to knife for sides. Taking a look at all the extra bits and pieces that has been added into what is essentially now known as Dust 2.
Yeah, just to wrap up on the players on side of Ladin, it's Gemini, Sonics, the predominant AWP, Arkan, ADN, and Bullock. And on the side of VGE, it's Havoc, Carnage, Deadshot, Fear, and Xylem. Xylem also being the predominant AWP on the side of VGE. So we're just waiting for the ready up from the side of VGE. They're almost ready. Hera was thinking that, my little quick run to the kitchen and shove my food down my face and fill up my Coke was going to take too long.
Nope,
We're waiting for the players, so yeah.
seems like we got it this time. We do have the wrap on them. And I do apologize if you guys are hearing some loud four-legged creatures barking outside. That would be my
They
dogs.
just, they, yeah, they just casting with us.
Yes, the one known as Chewy, which is definitely the runt of the litter, also known as my wife's dog. He chews everything, and then there would be.
I think I would say he takes off his dad. If he chews everything, then he definitely must take after you, seeing as that your in-game tag is Toothy. Or
Yeah,
am
that
I
that
wrong?
no, the truth is for something else. It's definitely
Okay.
not for chewing everything.
Do you want to explain to us how you managed to actually get your gamer tag?
Well, I can do that, of course. I was just not the lucky one to keep all my teeth from a young age. So I was about 9 when we played Kissing Touches at
Goodness.
school, and I lost both my front teeth in that collision that
Oh
I had with a
goodness.
girl. So she got a scar on her
That's
forehead. I lost my teeth, split my tongue in half.
It was good times for everyone.
Not necessarily. It did hurt. Um,
Oh, that's really, really funny. I
and it,
love hearing about how, other people got their names. So, if any of the spectators want to fill us in on how you came to your in-game name, that would be really cool to see and hear.
well,
And
KP's gonna comment like he's gonna rename himself to just a sub because that's what I called him. So
just we're just waiting for the last of the few players to ready up, and then we'll be going into the knife round. The knife round will determine who will be playing on which side on our second map.
yes, they are definitely taking some time. But as we have all now rated up, and the match is starting.
Yeah, knife on long when it comes to dust. So let's see, VGE won the previous knife round,
Ladon
and
being here already. Carnage running entirely in the wrong direction. I can see there through the X-ray scan. Gemini dropping low on HP. So is Havoc, but Gemini's already on 12.
yeah, he's not looking too healthy over there. But no, I'm always so scared to go in because everyone's like left, left, right, or right, right, left, and I struggle to decipher the difference between left and right. But it looks like Ladin has this one in the bag. Sonic's doing a lot of the dirty work over there, and we'll now see which side they choose to stay on. I prefer TT side. but it looks like they will be doing the total opposite and they will be going towards T, and VGE will be playing on the side of counter-terrorist, and the match is almost live and I can't wait for
Yes, we are going to get live, and we'll run this first round in with Carnage. Definitely just taking a look at what is about to happen. To all of you guys spectating there, I see that John Peters is already jumping on the bandwagon, voting for Ladon Gaming, saying
yeah,
it's going to be
16.
16-0.
I highly doubt that VGE. They put up really really good fights. Roman saying 16-5 to Ladon. So yeah, let's see how this goes. If Roman and Tiens will be on the deciding factor of tonight's prediction.
Well,
I
Xylem just
personally,
landing headshots where he aims, as well as Carnage.
yeah, but they dropped down to 1v1 and now it's Xylem versus ADN, and they're both healthy. Xylem has armor and a USB, so let's see how that goes for him. ADN,
He did about 90 damage there to Xylem.
yeah, he fake planted over there, but looks like he's going to retract and move out towards spawn. I don't think Xylem is aware of the fact he's gone towards lower. Maybe Xylem will find a queue over there with the footwork, because ADN he's bolting. He's not even waiting. He's on short already and pushing towards A sides, and Xylem is still hanging around mid, not necessarily.
No, I think he
No,
did hear a bit of a sound cue there. Oh!
oh, that was not a good call from ADN, reversing back towards Cat, and Xylem just waiting for him, finishing him with a nice headshot with the USPS over there. So super unfortunate from Ladon, but a really good pistol round nonetheless. And yeah, they'll be upgrading. VG will be upgrading. We see an AUG and a FAMAS on Carnage and Xylem. The rest of them with their SMGs. And Ladon choosing to upgrade to their pistols, trying to... Oh, that nade!
No, very well done with that nade. Xylem, just by the way, with the 3 kills that he got in that round, 100% headshot ratio, so that is pretty
Yeah, so
insane.
that is really, really good. He played really, really well. Deadshot Havoc doing a lot of work over there, taking down most of the players, finishing off the last, and they only lose 2 players to their side, but they secure their second round. And I feel like we're pretty much going into the same setup as we had on the previous map on Inferno. DG had a really good start, and you know they were up in the lead,
Well,
but
Ladon did vote for terrorists, so it could be that they are taking terrorists first because it might be their weakest side on this map.
on this map it could be, yeah, but we saw in the previous, in the previous map, T side was their stronger map. They only lost two rounds in the previous map. So let's see if that was a really good call for them. Deadshot's taking 2 of the players down. ADN finally getting the refrag onto him. They have AK-47s, not a lot of kit in their hands, and they've got a lot of work to do if they want to secure this round. They do manage to take down Havoc. 1 player on B, 1 player in mid, and 1 player on A. And it doesn't look like Ladon really knows what they want to do with that bomb. Gemini also sitting on 5 HP, ADN not looking healthy either. He's got 19. Xylem is flashed in mid and looks like they're going to be trying to take control of mid, but Xylem takes down all 3 players. Ark and Gemini and ADN fall. That was such a good play.
Yes, it was. Obviously, with the AG in his hands, he was using the scope function, and he could see the first grenade coming in, which was smoke, and I'm pretty certain he saw that just by looking at the angle at which the nade was flying, and then the second one, once it started going out, he immediately turned away, knowing that it was going to be a flash, and
I
then
think
just
Chimene,
controlling the spray.
they really are, really are. So Chimene is asking us casters no chicken nuggets tonight. Actually, Chimene, no chicken nuggets tonight. My heart bleeds for chicken nuggets. So yeah, we won't be doing chicken nuggets tonight.
I do have some
Unfortunately.
tandoori chicken if you still want, Shimane.
Yeah, but she likes chicken nuggets. Remember, she was gonna trade in her boyfriend for chicken nuggets, and I was gonna trade in mine for chicken. So
Oh, yes. If I'm not mistaken, that is Xylem.
yes, that's Xylem. Chimene and Xylem are a little item. There was a little bit of a love, but just wanted to say love you in chats on the previous part that we did, and it was actually quite cute to see.
Oh,
But yeah.
and she does wrap it up there with a nice moi leafy. Obviously, hoping that he does see that once he takes a look at the replay. Arkin falling a bit low there
Yeah.
in top mid with Xylem spamming onto him. Speak
Yeah,
of the
they've got
devil.
three. They've got three Deagles. Xylem is doing a lot of damage. He's 7-0, so he hasn't even taken a hit this game yet. We are into round number 4, and he gets a nice headshot onto 80N. One more player left alive in mid, doing a lot of damage onto Arkin, and he finishes him off through the door, and they secure round number 4. I think he's gonna try and pick up a deagle over there, but not making it in time. They've got so much economy in their hands, and it's looking so good for VGE. But
Yes.
you see, Sonic is finally bringing out the big boy, and Xylem as well, swapping over to an AWP, dropping his AUG to Fear. Lots of kits on both of the teams, so this is going to be a super interesting round to see. It's second buy for Ladon. Hopefully they can pick up a round or two over here.
Yeah, Xylem already sitting at a 9 kill death ratio. No,
Yeah,
I don't want to go spoil the fun, but that is pretty insane.
That is really, really well played. I mean, he's holding mid and he's playing extremely well.
Yeah, he misses the flick there on to...
And Sonic, being the better AWP this round, takes Xylem down. So BGE lose their player, and I think we jinxed it. Is it Caster's Curse?
No, there's no such thing as a Caster's Curse. Come on.
Deadshot also going down along with Fear. Fear at least managing to land a kill onto Gemini. It's a 4v2, and yeah, Sonic is just annihilating, taking down Carnage. Havoc last alive. He is on short, and I think he's going to try and save his gun. Not looking good for him. It's a 4v1. Ultimately, in this situation, you would just want to save your gun, save whatever kit you have.
Definitely save the gun.
He's got a deagle, he's got a diffuse kit, he's got armor, he's got an M4A4, so his best job is just going to saving that gun now. But it looks like the Ladon boys are 100 kills, and they're going to try and take down Havoc. ADN not being on the upper hand of that situation, but two of the players still pushing towards him. I think they want to just put a little bit of a dink in their economy. But BGE is looking good on the side of the economy, and let's see who will win this 1v1 battle. Nobody.
No. It's a tie. We'll call it a tie just for the sake of calling it a tie.
Yeah, so Josh B also shouting out of their respect to the girlfriends that are supporting. I love gamer couples. It's so cool. Like, we all have these really retarded, how do I say that? Like, really retarded goals that we want to achieve one day, like gaming rooms and pink RGB and blue RGB and all the cute stuff.
And now I'm retiring my gaming room and studio for a baby crib.
Oh, that's wonderful news.
Yes, unfortunately my wife is not the gamer girlfriend. She's very supportive though. You cannot believe how supportive she's been.
That's great. Nonetheless, I think it is nice to share some hobbies that you enjoy doing together, and it's also nice having that break even where you do your thing and she does hers, so that's also really good.
She really loves watching Tubby1 cast, so but she's at least getting into it a bit. She does take a bit of interest into me playing Dota every now and then, so
right.
That is
I
there.
think it's a slow move from the the women into the gaming community. I feel like a lot of the younger generation are more open to it because they've been with technology for pretty much for as long as they've been alive. I mean,
I'm not that
think
old.
About it. I'm not saying you're old. I'm just saying that like.
No, I know exactly what you're saying. Yes, no,
So,
definitely.
yeah, I think for guys have been in gaming, from way back when. I mean, I didn't even know like COD competitive existed, and I feel like a lot of the players that are playing CS now today, because of the COD scene being so dead, they've come from COD players, and they've basically made names for themselves, being in the scene of the COD scene. So
Yes, definitely. It's unfortunate that COD is a bit down. We hope
but
it does
the
pick up.
new one, yeah, it's what was I going to say now? Oh, the Modern Warfare 3 beta released this weekend, so I'm super keen for that. I think that's probably why I won't be going to Comic-Con. I've never played COD, so I'm really interested. But yeah, VGE, they are sitting on round 5, or 5 rounds to them, 1 round onto the side of Ladon. They'll be saving this round. Asylum, Havoc, taking down 3 of the players. Gemini deciding to upgrade to a little scoped scout over there, and Bullock, lots of kits on his side, but he's only got a deal in his hands and it's not looking good for them. Gemini falls. Xylem finally landing his kill with his AWP, and it's Bullock who's last alive.
Oh, as he gets scouted out, they're in lowers.
Doing just a little bit of damage to
Oh,
Carnage, managing to take down Deadshot with a dead shot there from the Deagle.
as Carnage
But
comes in from the
Carnage,
side.
yeah, Carnage just finishing off Xylem and Fear both with AWPs in their hands. Havoc upgrading to an AK-47 and Carnage sticking to his FAMAS. And I think it'll be Deadshot who's the only one on their side that has to upgrade to an M4A4. And I think it's going to be a buy from Ladon, my apologies. Two AWPs, Sonics and Bullock, both on AWPs, and the rest of them on AK-47. Lots of kits on their side as well, so that's good to see the economy was rolling a little bit. Round
Yes,
number 8.
definitely.
Yeah, so let's see. Is it going to be a... Oh, Salem taking lots of damage over there. He's dropping down to 30 HP.
Well, definitely, and as we see here with the guys from Ladon coming in, this is not their map pick. Um, so hopefully we do see something a bit different on the side of the CTs once they get to there.
No, they're city-sided players on that map, hope, because they're not doing so well. But like I said, in the previous game we saw exactly the same thing happen with VGE and Ladon. VGE was well in the lead in the first half. They finished the half with 9-6, and they basically, well, I think it was 9-6, and then they just came back in the side of T side and they annihilated VGE, and they ended up winning that game. And they did a really really good job at you know taking that game and putting the ball in their court. So I think they should be able to do exactly the same thing on this side, although BGE are 5 rounds ahead of them. They're reading the game pretty well, and maybe they'll be able to do a complete 180 over there. But yeah, Havoc and Carnage doing a lot of damage over there. Sonics managed to take down 2 of the players on the side of A. We see a rotate from the players on BGE now going towards A side. I think they might just get a bomb down.
Now they should get
Sonic,
it down, planting it a bit more towards short side as Fear will
yeah, and
fall to
Sonics.
Sonics.
Oh, Sonics is really working that AWP. He's in mid reload, and I think Deadshot's peeking up at just the wrong time. Ark not holding the right angle, and Sonic kind of mid reload over there. Deadshot's timing was just on points and takes them down. They get the defuse and they secure yet another round for themselves. 7-1. I think our supporters and our spectators just need to send a whole lot of love and messages and energy towards Ladon, because I think they really do. They need it now.
Yes, definitely. Shameless poor guys. They are really fighting out their hearts. Trying to do as much as they can. Every round you can see they are trying to put in. Oh, Carnage will have a bit of a braai there with ADN, but the trade is there from Bullock onto him. And so Havoc also gets another trade.
Oh, Gemini taking down Deadshot with some nasty headshots over there. Xylem and Fear are the last 2 players alive, and they've got 4 players to take down on the side of Ladon. The bomb's still down in towards long. We have we have players pushing up.
Oh, Fear's playing very nicely there around with Gemini, as he was just picking the right angle.
Outplayed him over there. Gemini tried to do a little slow push into tunnels, but they have the information nonetheless that there are players or there's a player situated on B, and I think they also have the information on that Xylem is playing with an AWP on A sides or towards A sides. They do manage to get the bomb down, and Xylem's sitting on 40 HP. He's got the AWP in his hands, and Arkan and Sonics both with rifles in their hands. And I think Fear might just run into... Yes, he might just run into Arkan over there. Arkan taking down Fear. Xylem lost alive. He's got 24 HP, and I think...
Oh, he misses the op shot onto Sonics. Oh, and Sonics will...
Yeah, I think Sonic's going to upgrade.
Oh, yes. Upgrade returns the favor there first with a COD gun, and then or AUG, and then gets the upgrade from the AUG to a big scope. He's got the big boomstick now.
So Save forced onto the side of VGE. They've all upgraded to Eagles, and it looks like Ladon will be pushing a full quick B. I think Sonics might have spotted only 1 player go towards B sides. Xylem falling early into them. The rest of them rushing out towards long, not working in their favor. and they're going to try and push towards B now, but there's a lot of utility on the side to B. The bomb is down. Sonics has got uppers. The rest of the players splitting up, trying to fix their positioning and make sure that, whatever angle they could push from is covered.
Oh, nice boost there with Bullock trying to pick over. Fortunately, not picking up anyone. Scarnage also looking here to try and possibly push through the window, but the timer is counting down. Just coming in to try and do as much damage as possible. Now Havoc also retreating back. And I think we'll just lose Gemini as he did drop a bit low there.
Yeah, not a very great run from VGE, but they were on pistols, so they didn't really have much of a choice. Good job from Ladon. They read the game quite well over there. I think Sonics noted that nobody had crossed in mid, or only one player crossed in mid, so they pushed towards B. It looks like the bomb is going to be going towards B again. So let's see if this will work in their favor. Valum
Taking down
getting
Gemini there in the middle lane.
really good kill. He is such a great AWP. I love watching Valum AWP along with Sonics. Sonics.
I think I should look a bit more closely. Maybe I can learn something. And Sonic's now finally bringing the bomb there into what is essentially B uppers. So we do not have a definite play of what's happening. ADN getting that kill onto Zalem now
Yeah.
in mid.
And the players on B still holding towards Wood. Bullock trying to bait out some utility, some information on B. I think he has and knows a few players are on B side, but the smoke is gonna fade and he's gonna run right into Deadshot's crosshair. Havoc and Fear getting the kills onto ADN and Ark, and Sonic being the only one to actually manage a kill onto Deadshot. He's got the bomb. He's going to push towards B. Oh, Fear drops down to 15 HP. He's got no armor. Havoc dropping down to 21 HP, but he finishes Sonic off, and I think he might just save that AWP. Super unfortunate round from Ladon. I don't necessarily agree with, sitting behind a smoke, because generally you have the disadvantage if a smoke fades.
Yes, the smoke fading onto you is definitely bad. I've seen that. I've just been getting a mention here from my wife side. She's like, you are talking of me, so she's definitely been watching the stream.
Oh, shame. So yeah, we have a terrorist timer from the side of Ladon. I think they're just trying to evaluate what they're doing wrong. It's kind of hard to read this game what they're doing wrong, because I think VGE have really good holds and they're using the utility well, not spewing it out in the beginning of the round, making sure that every angle's hold, and it's not looking too good for Ladon. I think they should just go back to what they were doing on Inferno and set up with a nice default. Maybe, play two players towards A, towards B, and then one player just holding out in mid to see if they can play for any information, and then bait out players and see where it goes from there.
Yes, no, definitely. And guys, just to get something back to something that's been pointed out to me that people did take up wrongly is the fact of a discussion that has been happening between us and Carnage. We know for a fact that Carnage is not hacking. The talks that were happening was actually from our side was definitely jokes. We are not accusing anyone of hacks, and if anyone else in the chat is accusing Carnage or any other player of hacks, it's definitely not true. We will not allow anyone with hacks to play. So just remember that although we were making a joke, because it's actually something that Carnage was joking around with us prior to the game.
Before he said don't forget to remind everybody about my wall hack. So it's an inside joke between all of us.
Yes,
And we
but
don't feel that like anybody should take it up seriously. The rules are rules, and regardless to any tournament, you cannot play on any server. In fact, if you are in possession of hacks. So
yes, definitely.
the jokes between us it's Carnage getting really lucky. And
Yes.
he's having a really good game tonight as well. So yeah, in a sense, it was all jokes in there. but jokes aside, Carnage is definitely not hacking. But nonetheless, Fear and Deadshot are last two players alive on the side of VGE. Looks like Ladon had a really good take on towards A side. They managed to plant the bomb, and they all reverted back to long. So it was a really nice, sneaky long plant. And they finally secured their fourth round. And it looks like that little timeout did them wonders.
Yes, definitely. And then also one other thing that I do want to point out, guys, is the chat that was happening earlier is not on. If I had the option and being allowed to just ban people from the chat, I would have, because cyberbullying is real and it is not nice. I did type out there to Shimone the hashtag respect because she was taking it head on with the guys who were trying to cyberbully her. And guys, it's not on. I think from now on, if we do catch anything like this, we will silence you in the chat or just ban you from the chat immediately.
Yeah, and we're here for a good cause, and we're here for a happy cause, and we'd like to have the same respect coming from the spectators in the comments and so forth. So, at the end of the day, we're all gamers here. We're all here for the same reason. We want to play, we want to progress, we want to get better, and we want to see, where we can go from there. And at the end of the day, like we've said and mentioned before, this is for a really good cause. It's for charity. And there's been some really toxic comments in the stream tonight, and it's quite an off-putting vibe, and not just for us, but I think for other people trying to just purely enjoy the game. Nonetheless, VGE do manage to take down the last player on the side of Ladon. Sonics, Carnage, and Havoc, they get the defuse and they secure round 9 for themselves. Aladdin's still a couple rounds behind. They're sitting only on 4 rounds, so it's going really well for VGE on the side of C. And let's see if we can turn this around.
I really do hope that they are turning this around. They've really been trying to fight it out hard, and this is only round 14, so we still have another 16 possible rounds that can happen. As you see, Carnage making good work there of the corner Molotov onto the pole.
Sonic's getting a kill onto the AWPer on the side of VGE, so Xylem falls early into the round. And we drop down to a 4v3. Only 2 of the players have rifles. Here and Deadshot sitting with deagles, but they go down as well. And yeah, it's not looking good for VGE this round. They've taken control of B. Havoc getting a nasty kill onto Arkan right above Smoke. And it's now 2v2. Both of them have defuse kits in their hands, and they've got some kit to work with as well. So this might just play into the hands of VGE.
I don't know. I want to say I hope it plays out into the favor of VG, but ADN, what have you been eating? My goodness. That was a really, really nice crossfire that he had there.
Yeah, him and Sonic doing really good jobs. They're both sitting on the double digits, 13 each. And then Xylem doing a lot of the dirty work for VGE, sitting on 18 for 7. So he's having a really good game this map. And Havoc and Deadshot following in their footsteps. So it's looking good for VGE at this moment. And hopefully Arkan can step up his game a little bit for the side of Ladon. But I think he's just been super unfortunate. Havoc getting 2 kills over there. Sonic getting the kill onto Xylem in mid. And Bullock taking down Deadshot. It's now a 3v2 along with Carnage getting a nasty kill onto Arkan.
And now, yeah, this 3v2 is going to be interesting as we take a look. Bullock is already retreating back into the T-spawn side. Carnage, knowing where Sonics is, just a slight decoy there into lowers.
Yeah, it's a 2v2. The bomb is down and they have control of the bomb, so it looks like Sonics and Bullock are going to have to do some work over here to get that bomb back, because Fear's holding towards B, and oh, it's not Lowers, it's a Catwalk. My apologies. Onto Cat.
Yeah, and Sonics is now about to go and take a look into getting the bomb, or actually just wrapping onto mid. Oh, Carnage will fall there to Bullock.
And Sonic's onto Fear. 9-6 yet again for map number 2 into the half. I think it was exactly this. It was exactly the same score the previous map as well, 9-6 to VGE, and we saw Ladon just take the next half and barely lose any rounds and taking the map. So will Ladon be able to do this again? I think earlier we had predictions of 16-0 and I think it was 16-4 or something like that. And we've obviously seen now that VGE is not going down without a fight and they're doing their utmost best to try and keep themselves. I think in this game, they've been doing exceptionally well. They are pushing towards B, but Sonic taking down two of the players. Havoc finally getting the refrag onto him. Arkan taking down Havoc. And it is now a 4v2. Carnage and Deadshot are the last two alive. Bullock taking down Deadshot. Carnage. And he falls to Gemini. What a wonderful pistol round from Ladon Esports, only losing one of their players. And that player that they lost actually took down two of the players on the side of VGE. So really, really good pistol round over there.
No, definitely, it was a good pistol round to see. Ladon obviously proving that CT side is going to be stronger for them. Sonics! My goodness! Just taking that crouch down and with the USP just getting the headshot all the way on suicide.
Yeah, so it's working. It's working into their favor. ADN doing some damage over there onto Xylem and Deadshot, but Fear finally refragging onto him. Havoc and Fear lost alive on the side of BGE. It's not looking too good for them. They're going to push towards B. Only one of the players are actually close towards B, but I think there's a little pop flash that goes out, so the player can.
Oh, Sonics!
What a beautiful, beautiful play from Ladon over there. Bullock popping a flash into B side and Sonics just peeking into it. That was such a brilliant play.
My goodness. And they were the most beautiful headshots that he's pulled off this night. He just calmly turns, hits the one, turns to the left, hits the other one.
Yeah, really, really well played from him. He's doing so well. He's sitting on 21 kills, only 12 deaths. So he is carrying a lot of weight on the side of Ladon. And Xylem and Havoc, Deadshot following in those footsteps, also doing a lot of work over there. Carnage and Fear. Carnage not having such a great game as the previous game that he was having, but nonetheless he's doing what he needs to do and he's getting his frags where he can. Havoc taking down Gemini, ADN taking down Carnage, and Fear, with a nasty headshot onto Bullock, but ADN and Sonics take down two of the players and we drop down. Every round we see it's a 2v2 or a 2v1 or it's a 3v2. It's really close rounds. So VGE are doing a good job at keeping the players down, dropping their economy and trying to play off of whatever they get. Xylem getting a nice kill from B sites over there, and I think Arkan might just run into a player over here.
He's gonna run into two if he's not careful. He has to be really careful, but he does get the cues on the footsteps.
He does. Arkan taking down both players from BGE and winning the round for Ladon, and we see for the first time this map they are now equally set up 9-9 each, and Ladon is doing a really good job. They haven't lost a T-sided yet or a CT-sided yet. So very good call from whoever chose to stay on the side of CT.
Well, that would be the captain, and I think when it comes to something like this, you really have to take into consideration how your team plays and what is important for your team. I mean, you are going to want to have your best side possible. As we see that Carnage is about to come in here onto the A side short. Oh, the Molotov dropping him down to 38 HP. And Sonic still with that scout.
Yeah. Well, if you can't afford a scout, if you can't afford an AWP, the second best thing is scout, and you have so much more mobility as well. I like to do the whole scout deagle combo because I feel like you dink them for 70 with the scouts and you finish them off with the deagle. So it's a really great combo over there.
Yes, no, definitely. We do see how that Mrs. Pickle is back, and she is one of those lucky ones that we mentioned earlier with the gamer couples, as her husband does play some CS and Diablo and all that as well. So big shout out there to her.
Big shout out to Pickle and Sonic saying Sonic is his son. The
They
little
went van
prodigy
Skalkwyk.
in the the little prodigy Sonics is doing exceptionally well tonight. But yeah, it's a really slow round. It's VGE's managed to get onto the side of B with a bomb, but I think one of the players might have noted that, and they might just run into one another now. Bullock taking down Havoc. Arkan trying to play for some information. Sonic's taking down Carnage, and Arkan finishing off Deadshot with a nice defuse onto their side. And they will be securing yet another round. This is going exactly how it went on Inferno.
Yes, no, definitely. The game now sitting at 9-10. You know, initially I thought it was a very difficult game for Ladon coming into this map, not being on their map, going up onto the T side. They took the T side, which apparently was their weakest side, but they managed to pick up those 6 rounds, and the 6 rounds just being enough to be able to work from, and now not a single round dropped, coming out super strong. These guys are
Yeah,
really doing their best.
they really do. So I think they're calling the game quite well, choosing to start off on the T side and then reverting back to the CT side in the next half. And initially I thought it wasn't such a great call because most people tend to want to start on the side of CT on Dust. I could be mistaken. That's generally just my preference and my opinion. But they did a really good call starting on T side and then swapping over to CT side in the next half, and it's working in their favor, seeing as they won the knife round on the map pick for VGE. So yeah, if they do decide to, or if they actually win this and they take this win, there it'll be 2-0 to Ladon. If they don't, then we'll go into map number 3. And if I'm not mistaken, that was Mirage was the choice.
Yes, Mirage would be the choice, and on top of that, I was really hoping to get some overtime, man, especially with.
I really thought Inferno would go into overtime. VGE was really trying their best to keep themselves in the game, and they did a really good job of that.
Yes,
Nonetheless, they secure yet another round. Bullock and Sonic with a really nice crossfire, finishing the last VGE players on site, and they secure round number 11. I think we need some energy for VGE.
Well, let's get the ball rolling there in the chat. Guys, shout it out there to VGE. Come on, they need your support. I can't spam the avocado for bravado, but any other bit of support there for VGE as Ladon gets a nice 3-man wipe down there. Done by ADN and Gemini. And also at least 1 kill going there to Bullock as well, who's dropped down to 19 HP. Leaving just Xylem and Deadshot now.
Not looking good for them. They have a lot of utility on their side. 3 flashbangs, a smoke, and a Molotov, so they can work with it. But it's tough. You've got 4 players to peek into, and it's not, as I said, Xylem not getting the upper hand onto Sonic's scoped weapon over there. Deadshot is the last player alive. He's got the bomb in his hand and he's hanging out towards long. But if he pops his little head around that corner, I think he's going to run into one of the players out in long, and it's not going to be Bullock is sitting on 19 HP, and I think comms were given to Deadshot that there is a player in long, but I don't think he's going to risk it to get the biscuit.
Well, it's just Deadshot left. He's not going to have an easy time
in mid with the 2 players pushing up over there. Definitely.
No, I was about to say he's not going to have easy time trying to survive it, but unfortunately, once again, the guys from Ladon just steamrolling on. It's sort of like the train has started and you cannot stop it. But now as we go into round 22 with the guys of Ladon leading 12-9 and Xylem falling down there with Bullock dropping down to 19 HP already.
Again into the second round, but he's doing the work that is needed and he gets the kill onto Xylem. Carnage with the headshot machine Mac 10. And Sonic's falling to Fear over there. He loses his AWP, but Arkan getting 2 nasty kills onto Fear and Havoc. Deadshot also dropping down super low on 10 HP, and it is him and Carnage that have this round to work with.
It's going to be a hard one, especially with Deadshot already down to 10 HP and Carnage on 53, so it's not getting in the...
Not working into
never mind the 10 HP, it's now just the Carnage with what is left.
And half HP, and we've seen him land some really nasty shots before, but unfortunately not this time. ADN does the exact opposite of him and takes him down. Not looking good for VG at all. Their economy is a bit stunted. I think they might just do a little bit of a pistol upgrade this round and see how it goes for them. But 9-13 for Ladon Esports.
Yes, might just see this round also falling in the favor. Well, we've had some insane pistol rounds, so let's not count them out just yet. But unfortunately, the long spray being very well there by ADN and Bullock once again.
A lot of people are shouting VGE for the win. Heinrich is
Well,
spamming it in chat. Yeah,
oh, we've
Tyron
got
is
Pickle
saying,
now also voting for overtime.
yeah, she's also shouting for VG over there. Cast shouting out for Ladon. So it's really good to see all the spectators trying to get everyone to, you know, send out their energy and send some love and support out to VGE, because I think they really do need it right now. It's not looking too good for them, and Ladon is reading the game so well. It's like they know what VGE is next, and it's just working into their favor. And unfortunately, VGE isn't really doing anything to try and counter that.
Yes,
And
now unfortunately.
Salem's just got a little Glock in his hand, and you know he's got 4 nasty players to fight off and fend. So
Well,
it's
he's
really
got
not looking good.
140 bullets. It's possible if he's lucky.
Let's see if
I
Salem's
see
able
Yanni is
to
asking you there, is it a biscuit like a Rusk or just an Oreo? While
like a
Sonic takes down
biscuit.
Zalem. Just a biscuit like a lemon cream, Yanni. Come on.
Oreo is
And
strong
Basil
though.
was having a shout
Oreo's
out there for seal underscore my eyes, but unfortunately that doesn't work. I tried it twice.
yeah. And yeah, bedtime for VGE from Basil over there. Not yet. We've still got 2 more rounds. Xylem getting the kill onto Sonic nice and early into that round. So that's looking good for VGE. They have a really nice buy. And let's see if they can make do with that pick in mid that they've fought so hard to get. 1 player on B falling towards mid, 2 players in mid now. And B site is completely open, but we've also seen Ladon do this before, where they give the players B site and then they just retake. And you've seen a really nice combo from Sonic and Bullock earlier into the game, where they flash one another in, and it works into their favor. Gemini taking down one of the players, but Carnage getting the kill onto Arkan. Bullock taking him down, and we see Havoc is the last alive, and oh goodness, this is really not looking good for VG.
No, definitely. Unfortunately, it's not looking the best. Just Havoc there. So he will take the AWP shot there in the stomach. And it's now match point that we're sitting on round 25, 15-9 in favor of Ladon CSGO. So we are hoping for a very big shove back here from Venom Gaming Endeavour, as the boys there are coming in. Come on, boys. 6 more rounds and we have overtime. I get my dream.
I think everybody's rooting, or most of the players or spectators are rooting for an overtime match. I do hope so, for the sake of VGE, because like I've said, they're such a well formulated team, and they definitely do deserve to fight as hard, and given the opportunity to fight as hard as they have been. Xylem and Carnage, double whammy over there, taking down Sonic. So they have the upper hand this round, but they only have 1 more round to give away to Ladon. Let's see if they'll be able to do that.
Gemini. Sorry,
Yeah.
as Gemini also falls down there. And now Fear's also dropping down. But it's now a... Oh, the spray through the smoke takes down Gemini, and it's...
ADN, who is last alive, he's got to take down 3 of the players from VGE. I think VGE is finally starting to feel the pressure, and they needed to up their game. I don't know if ADN has this, but they have such a great economy on their side. So nonetheless, ADN spotting the little boost over there onto... from B side, taking down one of the players. He's got a kit and half HP, so you know he can work with it if he spots the players on site. We have one sitting backside and one sitting on the boxes just out of B tunnels, and I don't think he has any information whatsoever as to where they are. But He manages to get the kill onto AD and the bomb is ticking and he gets the kill onto Carnage. Will he have enough
Nope.
time to defuse the bomb? No, he won't. But really well played from ADN over there. Doing so much damage onto VGE and they lose so much economy as well. But they'll be able to buy some AK-47s around with, a flashbang or two here and there. And yeah, 10-15. So good comeback. They've managed to get a round or two in this half from VGE, so that's really great to see.
Yes, it's definitely a harder fight back than what we saw on the previous map. They are really doing everything that they can. VGE, I mean, we have to be honest, they are doing so much. Oh, and a nice spot there by Carnage, taking down two very quickly. And now it's just Arkan and ADN. Oh, no, never mind. ADN's gone, and now it's just Arkan who is
It's
alive.
ADN who's
Oh,
last
sorry.
alive. Yeah, he's
There
got.
goes the
But
mine again.
it's okay. We saw him take down 3 of the players previously, so maybe he'll be able to do it again. I think he might just run into a player. He's in mid CT, but there's a player hanging around on and towards A side, so he might just drop down and then sneak up from behind over there. But it looks like ADN is gonna try and save.
Yes, I know you're having a nice laugh there at the old chat. Unfortunately, it's not something that we can really mute.
Yeah.
I don't want to mute our friends, but it is a sticky situation that has happened now. And now it's just ADN, who's not really going to be trying to.
No, he wants to save that gun. Ultimately, I think their economy isn't looking too great, so his best bet is to save that gun and maybe get an exit or two. And that he does, he takes down here, but dead shot, landing a really nasty headshot onto him, takes him down. Unfortunately, he loses his weapon. And 11-15, we are on match points, so
Well,
Ladon
the
has to
fight
choose
back is
now.
real. The fight back is definitely real. That's 2 rounds
Like
now
I've
in favor.
Yeah, like I've said, VGE they don't back down, so it's wonderful to see the teams come back, and especially when I think when that pressure gets put on, where the opposite team needs one more round to win the game, you start feeling the bite and you start performing.
Yes, and now Ladon going from having a nice bankroll to deagles and armor on one USPS. Or as Arkan gets the love tap there onto Fear in the upper B tunnels.
Yeah, and Havoc also dropping down a little bit of his HP over there, but same with Bullock dropping down completely. So Havoc takes him down. ADN getting a really nasty kill onto Carnage, and it looks like VGE will be taking A side. Deadshot taking down ADN. ADN actually managed to get the frag onto Havoc prior to that, and Ladon actually have the upper hand. They had the upper hand. They're sitting with 2 players on their side, and Salem and Deadshot, the last alive on the side of VGE. They have a defuse kit on Sonics, and Arkin has actually managed to pick up an AK-47. Maybe Sonics can scope around and pick a gun or two from one of the carcasses lying around and see if he can do something with that. Sonic getting the kill onto Xylem, and Deadshot trying to take down Sonic. Arkin getting
Oh,
the kill onto Deadshot. This might just be GG. I
yes,
think it is.
unfortunately it's going to be GG, and it was a really good play there. Ladon almost not getting that round.
Yeah, Arkin dropping down to 12 HP. They were on a save. They all had deagles. One of the players had a USBS, and they still managed to take and make use of what they had and take down VGE. But VGE, they played their heart out. 16-11 to Ladon Esports. I don't know if I'm saying that right. If I'm not, I do apologize. We make our mistakes. But nonetheless, really well played to Ladon Esports, even to VGE. They did such a great job at keeping the boys on their toes tonight. And thank you to all our spectators for coming out and saying hi to all of us and showing your support. We really do appreciate everyone. And yeah, Toothy, for letting me cast with you tonight. It's been great as always. It's always fun having our chat and
Yes,
our cast.
definitely. It was really fun having this cast with you, Serenity. And once again, guys, thank you for coming out watching the stream. And please remember, let's start off at the top. These guys played really well. We saw some great plays, especially some very nice pistol rounds. That was nice. after this, we do have what's coming up is the grand finals, and hopefully we will have a multi-stream going, so everything might work out better. Then remember, regarding accusations, players won't enter tournaments if they are using hacks, especially with the chance of getting caught out. And we did have a bit of an inside joke there with Carnage. He knows of it. He was the one who made the joke with us initially as well. But we do not accuse anyone of hacking. And if you do think that there's someone that's hacking, go and report them on their profile, and that's it. You don't have to say that you think they are hacking. Just do it and leave it to the people that be in charge of this. Then also, cyberbullying is bad. Do not do it. I'm not a big fan of bullying at all, so cyberbullying just being even worse. Kudos to Shimone for standing up there for herself and just showing to the guys going on tour that, listen here, what you're doing is not cool. Unfortunately, there's nothing that I could have done more. I wish I could. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to ban people off the chats.
Yeah, that happens. Unfortunately, at time from time to time, we get some toxic comments and so forth. But you know, if you're put into a situation like that, just choose to be the better person and walk away. Don't really respond to them. Don't give them the attention that those people are looking for. So yeah, let's try be better players to one another and treat each other with the same respect that you would want.
Yes, definitely. Otherwise, for myself, I'm going to call it a good night. I'm going to have a bit of a nap, and I hope that you, Serenity, is always going to have a nap so we can get
Definitely,
warmed up for what
that's
is next.
what is about to come. And to everybody that came here, very well done. Thank you for joining us. And again, to the teams that played tonight, very well played.
Yes, and guys, remember, we're not doing this for ourselves. This is all about the charities. It's all about raising not just funds, but also awareness for the charities that we decide to stand up for. And also, thank you to everybody else that has pitched in, all the teams playing, all the guys coming forward, like Comic Con Africa and VS Gaming and Elsa. All you guys, we really do appreciate. There's also a few other names that I might have missed, so please do not butcher me for it, but thank you so much for coming through, guys.
All right, and we hope everybody has a good night.
Yes, definitely. Have a good night, and we will catch you guys soon.